Here comes the guy. That's true. Oh, fuck. Yeah. You're listening to Smooth Belch 90276. The Point. I don't think that's a real radio station number. Usually they're like 106.3. The Point. Smooth jazz with a belching imbecile talking over it. What should I name this shed? How the fuck does a shed need a name? Can you please karaoke Ain't That a Kick in the Head? I don't think I know that song well enough. I need a few practice runs. I'm not usually comfortable doing a song karaoke unless I've done it a few times. So I have the timing right. Take my money. All right. I'm highly caffeinated and in a good mood. You're always in a good mood, Krista. I've never seen you in a sour mood. Maybe when you're in a sour mood, you just don't. You don't show up. I love my why does a shed need a name shed. Do it to it. Is this AI TJ or real TJ? There is no real TJ. Just a series of AIs. Been debating Nazis on Twitter all day. I need the stream to distract me. Okay. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to fall down the Twitter hate hole where you just can't help yourself. Hi, sorry I'm late. No, this I told you last time. It's not going to be acceptable anymore. You're fired. Get out. Maybe I just enjoy your company so you don't notice. Aw. That's a nice thing to say. Did you hear about Justice Clarence accepting luxurious trips from a billionaire? Dude, I mean, this is not the first time stories have broke about that guy being completely corrupt. Why the fuck is he still a fucking Supreme Court justice? TJ, losing your Twitter do your mental health any good? It did, but then I got my Twitter back. And then I was like, all right, but this time, I'm going to use it more sparingly. I didn't. It's just too perfect. It's got me. It's got me ensnared. It just knows how to speak to the hate-filled fucking regions of my brain. It's like, hey, TJ, pretty frustrated, huh? It's like, yeah, I guess so. Well, here's a bunch of shit to make you more frustrated, but here's an outlet for you to spew that fucking hatred back at others. It's like, wow. Everything I've ever wanted and nothing I've ever needed all in one place. Amazing. Take my money too, all right? Whoosh, it's mine. You should do like you did for SIGs, find a very specific circumstance where you can use it. Yeah, it's hard because I need to use it. I mean, I don't need to, but it's like pretty good promotion shit. Like it's a good way to stay in people's minds, stay in front of their eyeballs. I really think the solution is probably just to give it to someone else and let them run it. Someone who's not susceptible, you know? Because I'm highly susceptible to the trap that is Twitter. I'm a frustrated person. I have a lot of grievances with the world. Twitter's brilliant because it makes you more pissed about the stuff that's already pissing you off. And then it gives you an outlet for that rage, and then you spew your fucking bullshit out there, and that pisses off the people that hate your bullshit. And it just becomes one big hate fuck. It's a gangbang of fucking contempt. Which sounds pretty metal. But it's not. It's pretty nerdy, actually. Yeah, maybe I just need to, like, unfollow everybody but porn on Twitter. Then I'll be happy. Just go to Twitter. Instead of getting upset, I'll just see a bunch of big butts and be like, wow, life's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I definitely get people through Twitter, so it's kind of hard to just say, like, it's totally worthless to me. But it's definitely not good for me. Like, good for my brain. I don't know if it's good for anyone's. I don't know. Maybe other people can use Twitter responsibly. Twitter before Musk was okay. Left-leaning site with extreme toxic elements. Twitter after Musk is incel, Nazi-filled place. Piece of shit, hellhole, biggest hell on earth, other than YouTube Shorts. I feel like Twitter's the same as it ever was as a user, to be honest with you. I mean, like, I don't ever remember it being particularly left or right-wing, and it still doesn't really seem like it is to me. I still see plenty of fucking right-wing and left-wing accounts spewing their shit on there. I guess maybe it's a little bit more friendly to right-wingers than it used to be, but I don't even know about that, honestly. Other than YouTube. I mean, I don't really... YouTube Shorts, I mean, I do them, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really make YouTube Shorts, but I have a guy that cuts up my existing content in his shorts, and I look them over, and they always seem all right. And they've helped get me subscribers, so I don't know. They seem okay. Yeah, I do try to post some stuff in the TJ. I try to post more important shit in the TJ Speaks thing, or at least things that are more directly pertinent to me, rather than just posting every fucking hate-filled piece of bile that enters my tainted brain. Not really. Check some comments under progressive tweets. Pure malding by rightoids, right-wing bases. But every time I look at a big right-wing tweet, there's always some pushback from the left with, you know, a pretty significant amount of upvotes and shit. So, I don't know. Right-wingers have always kind of been more vocal in any space they get into. Because the fact of the matter is that Twitter probably still has way more left-wingers, but most people who are on the left don't really feel the need to constantly push their opinions on others. They're kind of just usually content to just be like, yeah, whatever, live and let live, man. I ain't sweating those losers. You know? But then there's, like, people like us who are basically wired like right-wingers but are on the left. We're not live and let live. We're not kumbaya. We're like, fuck you. We're the libertarian left because we don't have power, but if we ever got power, we'd probably become authoritarian pretty quick. I'll admit it. I think I already admitted it when I bought a crown and started saying I want to be king of the world. I think that was a pretty solid admission. Yeah, I mean, if there are people out there with short attention spans, I get it. If a fucking 60-second clip is what your brain wants from me, I can make a point in 60 seconds. So, have at it. If you like long form shit, I do that too. YouTube Shorts literally made incel culture mainstream. I'm pretty sure incels were already a thing long before YouTube even introduced Shorts. So I don't really know how that tracks, but maybe there's something I don't know. The authoritarian left will force you to be free. Fucking piece of shit. What happened to the rumor / plan to have a discussion or debate with the streamer Destiny? I've never had that. Other people have consistently had that for me. I've never had any desire to do that. I get asked about it constantly, but it's not something that interests me. I don't really know much about Destiny, to be honest with you. I've never really been able to watch his content. He kind of rubs me the wrong way. YouTube Shorts keeps showing me Jordan Peterson clips and weird incel podcasts alongside your own shorts, TJ. Weird stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's fine, though. Who doesn't love it? You once said I can't stand him. Why is that? It's not really a down to politics. It's not a position that I disagree with him on. It's I don't know. Every time I ever see him, it seems like he's fucking like really insanely pissed about something. And usually it's like I don't really understand what he's so mad about. Which is weird because I guess I'm kind of known for being that way too, but goddamn, I'm chill sometimes. I feel like a lot of times I'm chill. But it seems like every time I see that motherfucker, he's raging about something. And a lot of times I'm just like, what are you so fucking upset about? It doesn't even seem like that big of a deal. But whatever. Maybe I'd like him if we met in person and sucked each other's cocks or something. I don't know. Does he suck dick? Is there enough content to a gauntlet of pants on head or shoe on head or that boxy junior chick? Probably not. That's why conservatives think that way more people agree with them than they actually do. Conservatives are more vocal on average, but most people are center left, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you actually get out there and talk to people about their beliefs, most people don't even really like to talk about their beliefs all that much. Right-wingers tend to like to talk about them a little more, but even a lot of right-wingers out there in just like the real world are not super keen on fucking getting into political discussions. You know? Like, they have their beliefs, but they kind of play it close to the chest. People who are very outspoken about politics, left, right, or whatever, are a comparatively rare breed compared to the people who really don't like to talk about politics because they prefer to avoid conflict. Thank Yahweh, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost that you're streaming today. I got back in my place after grabbing the wrong keys and locking myself out. That's who.
Oh, fuck. Allergies. I mean, I'm always going to be a neckbeard no matter how full my beard becomes, right? Neckbeard is about a mentality more than anything else. Most people I just want to grill and chill. Politics are boring, center left or libs, in my opinion. Internet unfortunately makes most unhinged voices popular. Well, I don't really want to complain about that because I am an unhinged voice. So I never want to be hinged either. Can you imagine being described as hinged? It's hideous. A small tithing, my lord. Who's your favorite Game of Thrones character, and why is it Tywin? My favorite character on the show was goddamn. You know, I had a pretty weird view of the show because I watched the first 2 seasons and the last 2 seasons and pretty much missed everything in between. It's a very strange way to view that piece of media. But I mean, as far as the first 2 seasons are concerned, which is like when I really, really enjoyed the show, I don't know why I stopped watching. Kind of glad that I did, but then I tuned back in at the worst part, so whatever. Was always Tyrion. But then when I came back and I saw what they'd done to Tyrion, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. You ruined him. What have you done? Why is he so stupid now? Thanks for making my workday easier. Have a quarter hour of my wages. Heart, love you, non-parasocially. I mean, if you love me, it is parasocially because we don't know each other in person, but it's okay. I think all this contempt towards parasocial relationships is sort of, I don't know. I guess it can go too far, but I don't think having some affection for someone that you haven't met is necessarily a bad thing. I have it for people. I parasocially loved George Carlin. Parasocially love Marilyn Manson. You know, so I don't think it's a bad thing. Take my soul, TJ. All right. Arya is a good character too. And she actually was still being treated well when I last saw her, when, you know, towards the end of the show. So that's cool. They didn't fucking destroy her like they did with Tyrion. Yeah, Barry is a great show. I need to get back on that and watch the rest. Maybe I think the 4th season is gonna be the last season, so maybe I'll just wait till that wraps and I'll just watch the last 2 seasons in an epic binge. Is it parasocial when people give their energy to Goku for the spirit bomb? I mean, yeah. Can I ask you guys something? I'm not the originator of this thought. I was having this conversation the other day, but the movie Beauty and the Beast, the Disney version. These people in this town, you know, hold on. I think I've actually brought this up to you guys before. People in this town, everyone makes this big deal about Belle, right? Her name means beauty and all that shit. And it's like, oh my God, she's the hottest. She's the hottest girl in town. She's so beautiful. She's so fucking beautiful, you know what I mean? And every time I've watched that movie since I was a kid, I've always just been kind of like, isn't this the same town where, like, Like, am I missing something? You know what I mean? Like, they make such a... she's the most beautiful girl in town. She's so gorgeous. You got, like, 3 big-tittied, blonde triplets living in your fucking town, bro. I mean, Belle's all right and all that, but, like... I mean, come on. What the fuck is wrong with you people? It's a kink because Belle is a challenge. That's fine if he wants to say, like, I've already had those bitches fucking 20 million times, but that wasn't the justification given. The justification is that Belle is the most beautiful girl in town, therefore the best. She's not the most beautiful girl in town. She's the 4th most beautiful girl in town. I guess they find Belle's modesty more attractive. Well, they're a bunch of fucking weirdos. That's all I could say. Because I'll take any one of those triplets over Belle any goddamn day. Any goddamn day of the week. Thank you. Preferably all 3. But any one is fine. Yeah, they're French. Their brains are wired all dumb. Oh, no, wait. We don't hate French people anymore because they have the balls to protest. Fuck that. Maybe they know something we don't. Beauty is subjective. I mean, that is true. But subjectively speaking, them blondes are hotter. That's all I'm saying. It's all the fuck that needs to be said. Right? Right. Topic. The topic is... Wait, how do you not know there's no topics for these? There's no fucking topic. Wasn't that maid pretty hot once she transformed back into human too? Wasn't there like a hot maid in that movie too? Hot maid, Beauty in... Wait, Beauty in the Beast? It's a pegging porn. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, yeah. I gotta say, yeah, she's hotter than Belle, too. I mean, you only see her briefly and shit, but, like, hold up. Like, hold up just one goddamn minute here. God damn it, just open the image in a new fucking tab. How fucking hard is that? Here you go. I mean, once again, what is the Beast doing? Should have fell in love with this bitch. Been just fine. Come on, man. Yeah, the candlestick gets the better deal than the Beasts, really. He just gets to sneak away with this buxom maid. Get his balls dusted. You know? Come on now. Why are you messing around with that Belle shit? That ain't no good. I mean, it's alright, I guess. She, like, reads and shit. I mean, you really want some reading woman? Come on. I walk into TJ discussing the hottest dames of Beauty and the Beast. And now y'all see why he spends more time in his Discord's NSFW section. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? That doesn't have to do nothing with anything. You're a crazy person. You got no soul. You're a demon. You're a slanderous demon from the very darkest, deepest pits of hell. You need to shut your damn mouth before I smack it. That's all I'm saying. She just found the hill he's going to die on. Dude, I'd die on any hill. I found a pair of hills I'm going to die on with that one, man. I'll die on those hills gladly. I'll die between those hills. The older I get, the more I love tits. I can tell you that. It's not like my love for ass has diminished at all, but my love for tits grows and grows. TJ, why do you think so many of the blue-haired, cringe BuzzFeed SJWs you fought back in 2016 have become radical TERFs? Because they've always been pieces of shit. That's the thing. Is like, you know, all of the people that I palled around with, I guess, all became Nazis, and all the people that I fought against all became TERFs. The only one that didn't turn into a total piece of shit is me. So good for me. I'm patting myself on the fucking back. Joke's on you. The Discord mods smack me daily. Well, you fucking deserve it. You really are a fucking little piece of shit. So, I mean, I love you and all. You're very generous to me. But, you know, I do field complaints from you. No, not from you. About you. So, whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, you're all right. You're a wily son of a bitch, but you're okay. Is Anita Sarkeesian a reef? A reef? The fuck is a reef? Anyway, have more money? Yeah, money's cool. Chris Ray Gun is decent. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're all shit. I was being hyperbolic. There's plenty of blue-haired SJWs that turned out to be okay. There's plenty of fucking, you know, Gamergate, quote-unquote, motherfuckers that turned out to be okay. Not everyone turned into a piece of shit. I tried to type TERF, but the autocorrect got me. I hate fucking autocorrect, man. Except when sometimes I'd be like, I'm just turning off this fucking autocorrect. It's like, God damn, I'm fucking retarded. Can't spell for shit. Put it back on. I don't know if Anita Sarkeesian is a TERF. I don't think so. Is she? Has she ever even commented on that shit? Let's see if we can do a little quick research and find out. Anita Sarkeesian TERF. Okay, here she is. Occasionally I'll be asked if I'm a TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminist. So maybe I don't say this enough. I recognize the humanity and dignity of all trans people to live fully realized and respect lives, and I will fight anyone who thinks otherwise. Trans women are women, trans men are men, and gender non-conforming folks are real. Cis people, we got to get it together, be an ally by educating yourselves on gender issues, amplify trans voices, both in activism, but also in arenas where they aren't always being forced to defend their existence, showcase trans art and trans writing, and hire trans talent. So no, she's definitely not a TERF. I didn't think she was. But yeah, she's not. So good for her. Hyped for Going Ham. Yes, that'll probably be coming out today, honestly. Or maybe tomorrow. Yeah, she's not bad on that issue. I still have my criticisms. I never thought Anita Sarkeesian was a complete piece of shit anyway. I think she has some dishonesty, and I feel like my main criticisms of her are her propensity to raise money for things when she already has money. Her propensity to raise money for things that don't cost as much money as she's claiming they do, and then pocketing the difference. Now, I realize I've raised some money myself in the past, but I've always spent it on the things I said I was going to. Now, those things didn't always work out. I'll admit to that. But I always spent the money the way it was supposed to be spent. never raised money for something when I didn't, that I already had the money for, whereas she demonstrably has done that. Now, do I think that alone disqualifies her from being taken seriously on anything? No. But the other thing I hate about her is that she presents her diatribes as, I'm starting a conversation, but then she refuses to engage with other sides of the conversation. You know? Hey, if you want to just say, like, I'm here to espouse my opinion and everyone else can shut the fuck up, I could respect that. But when she comes out and has that, and she does that in practice, but then presents it as like, it's time to start a dialogue. Well, you're not starting a dialogue. You're preaching from a pulpit, okay? And I think a lot of her media criticisms are pretty banal. For reasons I've gone into in videos I've made addressing them. Do you think the amount of criticism you got on the Justin Roiland video would justify a follow-up? I saw you addressing some critics in the comments. I think that I've said my piece. You know, I understand. I'm not looking to... If there's a hill I'm not looking to die on, it's probably that. You know, I feel like I have said what I wanted to say. And, you know, I followed it up in that comment, in those comments. You know, if anyone wants... I pinned the main criticism against me in the comment section, and I responded to it. And I feel like people are having their own discussion in the comments section there, and you know, I recognize that you know, people are going to disagree with me on that one. But I feel like I said my piece. I'm not really looking to fight that battle in perpetuity, especially when there's much more important things to discuss. But yeah, I think there was a little bit too much of an eagerness for that cancellation, and then too much post hoc justifying when the pretext turned out to be falsifiable. I mean, it was always falsifiable, but it was falsified, or at least an investigation. One of the weirdest arguments I heard back from people was like, just because the charges were dropped doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's like, are we now defaulting to guilty until proven innocent with this kind of stuff? Because I'm not comfortable with that personally. I kind of think innocent until proven guilty is a pretty reasonable standard. Not just for the courts, but for public opinion as well. Yeah, there was a lot of goalpost moving on that issue. You know, I don't know. It seems like they saw a nerdy white dude get canceled, and then even when the reason he was canceled kind of fell by the wayside, they searched for new reasons to keep him canceled because they're just, I don't know, there's animosity there. I kind of get it too, because when I look at the guy, I kind of hate him. You know what I mean? Like, I look at him and I'm kind of just like, even when I made that thumbnail of me next to him, I'm kind of like, ugh. So I kind of get it. I get the visceral response, but like, you got to move past that shit. Especially, you know, we expect conservatives to move past it, like when a trans person looks a little cringe or whatever, which sometimes, especially early on in transitions, that can happen. You know, we expect them to move past their personal sort of like visceral reactions. I think we should do the same. Just because a dude looks like a fucking chud doesn't necessarily mean he is one. Just because some people have fucking thrown shit out there against him doesn't mean he's a bad person. Doesn't mean he's a good person. And really, whether he's good or bad, you know, there's still a question as to like, what should the punishment for that be? You know, if he's a piece of shit, does that necessarily mean his show should be taken away? I don't think so. I mean, it depends on what kind of piece of shit and to what extent. I've never talked directly to Roiland. I've talked directly to other people involved in the process of making Rick and Morty. I've talked to other people who worked with him. I've never talked to him. I've never talked to him directly. Yeah, he does have a punchable face. That is true. I've literally seen people say he's a bad person because he made Rick and Morty. That's that thing. I think that's the one that frustrates me the most. The idea that like he should be punished in life because he made that show. Like, I don't like this show, therefore the person who made it needs to suffer is like a pretty fucking deranged narcissistic position. There's lots of shows I don't like. I don't fucking feel like the creators need to be personally tortured for making them. I heard that Tara talk that Roiland was really hard to work with. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of creative people are. Like, this, once again, just seems like post hoc justification. Because, like, yeah, a lot of creative people are hard to work with. Stanley Kubrick was hard to work with. He was still fucking brilliant. Stanley Kubrick was probably a horrible person in a lot of ways. But if anything, I wish the motherfucker had helmed more films, not less. Also, the idea that we need to remove flawed human beings from the arena of art strikes me as inherently anti-art as a position, considering those are probably the people we need to hear from the most, if anything. Because the people who are socially misfits and maladjusted malcontents are probably the people with the most pertinent things to say about society. Just saying. Kubrick was a sweetie. Heart. Most of the critiques of Justin Roiland are very intellectual and nuanced. The separate art from artist is a right-wing idea that is worthy of being challenged. I don't believe in separating the art from the artist. I don't make that argument. So if you want to have that argument, there's plenty of people you can have it with. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in separate the art from the artist. My position is radically different than that. I don't think you can separate the art from the artist. I think they're inexorably intertwined. Self-report, TJ. See, this is why it's hard to defend anybody who's in this, who has these kind of accusations being made against them, because it's automatically like, oh, well, why are you defending that person? Maybe you got something going on. So yeah, fuck you for your dishonest bullshit tactic, Necro Reefer. You can go fuck yourself. Why don't you come back when you have an actual argument, huh? I never respect any position that I know if I was just sitting across the table from a person they wouldn't say. Isn't it possible to enjoy art and dislike the person who made it? Yeah, of course. I mean, there's plenty of art that I like that espouses moral values that are in sharp contrast to my own principles. Don't you feel like that's true of you? If it isn't, then maybe you need to broaden your fucking perspective a little bit. Yeah, I mean, like, and it's crazy to me because people consistently bitch and moan about how, oh, everything's so bland now. Everything's so formulaic now. Everything's so devoid of passion now. But then they want to cancel all the fucking interesting people for daring to not conform. Fuck that. Yeah, I hope Marilyn Manson is working on a new album. And by the way, even if Marilyn Manson did every single thing his accusers said he did, I'd still support him financially. And you can go fuck yourself if you don't like it. How about that? How's that for a self-report? Here's another self-report for you. I think you should lick my ass. I'm self-reporting that I want you to lick my ass because I enjoy having my ass licked by little simp bitches that aren't worthy of fucking speaking to me. Why don't you do something useful with your mouth and stick your tongue up my ass? This is about all it's good for. I know that the sad thing is that like 20% of you got fucking boners and wet pussies when I said that, so. Whoopsie daisy. Whoa, 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 whoa. And you know, it's crazy to me that it only ever applies to art. That's another wacky thing about it. No one cares if a piece of shit made their fucking sandwich at the Subway. No one cares if a piece of shit fucking manufactured their t-shirt. No one cares if a piece of shit provided them any other good and service in the world. But when it comes to the area of art, all of a sudden, whoa, wait a minute. No pieces of shit allowed. It's like that's the place where they should be the most allowed. That's the place where we most need and should hear from them. Strivy be like, where do I sign, TJ? Yeah, he is a big simp, isn't he? Separate the fart from the fartist. Shut up, TJ. All right, sorry. I'm getting out of sorts. Getting out of sorts again. Yeah, people love when their politician is a piece of shit. That's true. I want a piece of shit making my sandwich for the power dynamics of it. That's true. Yeah, a little more mayo on that. A little more tomato. God damn it. Fucking piece of shit telling me what to do. Fucking bastard. There's probably a lot of people who have very cynical reasons for canceling so many creatives. Yeah, of course. I mean, you can never underestimate the power of jealousy. TJ, when are you starting the paramilitary org on abandoned oil rig in international waters? What do you mean when? What do you mean when am I doing that? Cronenberg should make a body horror movie where the artist turns his body into art and then slowly separates all of his body parts. I get it. Separate the art from the artist. Sean, you're annoying. You just finished talking about it. Who is Sean? Oh. Has your views on Justin Roiland changed? He must have just got here. Why would you still give Manson money if he was guilty? Because I don't care. I feel like inherently it's still just between him and whoever he wronged. And if he did criminal things, that's between him and the justice system. My relationship to him is not... I'm not his lover that has to worry about his abuse. And I'm not the justice system that has to worry about his prosecution. I'm a music listener that has to worry about his music. And as far as I'm concerned, he's never done me any wrong in that department. So, yeah, he still gets my money. While it may be easy for you to consume art made by bad people because, as you say, crazy people make good art, that is a privileged stance as the people hurt by that person could never enjoy their art. Well, that's their problem. So what? Am I them? Do I have to fucking not enjoy things I enjoy out of solidarity for the fucking people who can't enjoy it? That's weird. A lot of people can't enjoy their music because they have different tastes than me. Should I abstain out of, to their benefit too? I mean, you have 1,000,001 reasons for not liking something, but if I like it, I'm not going to fucking abstain just because you don't like it. What? What kind of insipid fucking argument is that? You know what this really boils down to is you guys are getting high on your own supply of moral purity.
Like, oh, I'm so good. Yes. My morally pure farts. Oh, yes.
No one cares. I don't care how fucking morally pure you are. No one else does either. Very few people are impressed, I promise you. We still give TJ money even after all his scams. Win RV trip. Thanks. I'm pretty sure TJ would listen to the actual Manson's music. Not only would I listen to the actual Charles Manson's music, I do listen to the actual Charles Manson's music. Some of his songs are pretty fucking good. Yeah, I listen to Charles Manson. He's not bad. I kind of wish that there was a world in which he had gotten that record deal so I could see, you know, more of what he would have come up with. Like, I don't listen to R. Kelly, but it's not because of what he done. It's because I just don't like it. But I never fucking blame anyone else for listening to it. I mean, I'd still watch the Harry Potter movies, even though I hate fucking J.K. Rowling and think she's a total piece of shit. I still listen to Michael Jackson, even though, you know, I'm not really sure about what the veracity of the claims against him, but, you know, even if they were true, I'd still fucking think Beat It's a good song. I'm not gonna fucking pretend I don't. TJ, are you mean to mean when I give you money? Also, you are mean when I don't give you money. Moral purity, baby. All right. Look at Your Game, Girl is actually a pretty good Charles Manson song. I've always liked the song Garbage Dump. I've always liked the song Sick City. I've always liked the song Mechanical Man. There's some pretty good Charles Manson songs. I don't give a fuck. I mean, the production value is shit, but the songs are pretty interesting. They have interesting lyrics. They have interesting compositions. There's kind of an air of danger to them because you know what the guy did. I mean, honestly, the fact that he's such a crazy murderous fuck makes the music more compelling, if anything. I mean, I love G.G. Allen's music. I especially love G.G. Allen's country album. And that guy was a fucking psycho. You said before you don't want to watch the movies because of her. I mean, I've watched them. I've been to fucking Harry Potter, the theme park. I've watched the movies within the last year. I don't know where I said I didn't want to watch them, but I mean, if I did say that, I got over it. Paint You With My Love is my favorite Manson song. That's my favorite Manson song off of We Are Chaos. It's not my favorite overall, but it's my favorite off that album. Some of Charles Manson's songs were plagiarized. Well, you know what? Fuck him then. I didn't know he was a plagiarist. I am all right with violence. I like shows like The Walking Dead and Vikings that are gory, but even to me, it's insane how gore and violence are normalized and sexuality is still taboo in the USA. Yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, none of it would be taboo. I mean, the movies I like, the movies I really like, tend to be pretty fucking weird and out there. So, you know. I mean, I like exploitation horror films from the 70s, the 80s. Those are my favorite films usually. That stuff is great. They're remaking Harry Potter for HBO. You know, the crazy thing is that you would think, like, if J.K. Rowling had not done the shit she had done, the main discussion about that would be like, finally, we're going to be able to, you know, see an adaptation of this stuff that doesn't have all these, all the plot points excised, because so much was cut from those movies for time that shouldn't have been cut because it's kind of integral to the story. But instead of caring about that, Now the discussion, like everything else, is just a referendum on J.K. Rowling. Like, I watched a movie the other night. I was watching it. I'm a big fan of. You guys probably know this about me if you watch me often, but I'm a big fan of Joe Bob Briggs and his show, The Last Drive-In on Shudder. And I recently watched his Valentine's Day special. I watched it like a month or so late, but I watched his Valentine's Day special, and he was watching a movie called Necromantic that I'd never seen before. It's basically this German punk film. It was shot mostly by punk musicians in Germany who were fighting against German censorship by making one of the most depraved movies ever. That's about necrophilia. It's about the main character of the film is a necrophiliac who's, stealing body parts, and then he starts murdering people to get corpses. And then I won't even give away the ending because maybe you want to check it out, but let's just say, I think the way Joe Bob put it was, once you've seen the ending, it's it's gonna be with you forever. You're never gonna forget that shit. TJ should watch Mad God by Phil Tippett. It's right up your alley. I watched Mad God, and I watched Mad God on mushrooms, and it was interesting, but I feel like I would have rather watched it for about 30 minutes rather than the full movie length. It wasn't because it became too much. It just kind of stopped being interesting. I mean, the visuals remain compelling to the end, but I need a little bit more than just the visuals. Like, it kind of just seemed like that movie felt like Tool came to him as like, we need a music video for our new song, and it just got way out of hand. It just seems like a Tool music video stretched to feature length without Tool. Maybe he should have got with Tool and just been like, "Hey, Tool, I'll make a music video for this whole album of yours. It's gonna take a few years, but Mad God, it feels very long, and because there's really no, I mean, there is a plot, I guess, but because there's no dialogue and there's really no characters to move things forward, you're really just kind of like, I don't know, it becomes a little bit gratuitous. Just like, yeah, the visuals are cool, but like when that's all that you got going on, it's kind of hard to be compelled for the length that he's asking of you. Yeah, I think Mad God could have definitely been improved if it had like a really talented musician scoring it and basically turning it into like a visual album. That probably would have helped tremendously. I just saw Mad God this morning and had the same criticism. That's a weird movie to watch in the morning, I have to say. But hey, rock on, man. Yeah, I almost feel like I would have rather watched it in like a couple of like chunks, like maybe 20-minute chunks. Maybe he should have made it like a series. I don't know. The fact that radfems and swerfs want to take autonomy, human rights, and the right to self-determine from sex workers and call themselves progressive is pathetic and insane. Yeah, I mean, that is insane. I mean, the central tenet of my belief system, to whatever extent I have a belief system, this has been the central tenet back when I was a right-wing libertarian. It's my central tenet when I became a liberal to left libertarian. No matter what my politics have been, there's always been at the core of them the notion that we own ourselves. The notion that the person who owns you is you. Self-ownership is my core principle. No one else can own you. You own yourself. And anyone else who tries to own you is in violation of your fucking fundamental rights as a human being. And their existence is now forfeit. Because, no one else can fucking own you. And you should never seek to own anyone else. Now, obviously, you know, if someone wants to give themselves to you, that's another fucking story. But that always must be contingent upon their continuous willingness to do that. If someone wants to rent themselves out to you, as in the case of prostitution, that is absolutely their right to do it. They're free to sell themselves to you for whatever duration they determine is fair, and for whatever price they determine is fair. And to say that people don't have the right to do that is to fundamentally disagree with my core tenet and say you don't own yourself. And if you don't own yourself, if you believe you don't own yourself, then you're my enemy, and I will fucking destroy you. Texas just made it illegal to dress up as a woman if you're a man and vice versa. That's a violation of the First Amendment. They can't control that. Do people have the right to commit suicide? I mean, to me, it's always kind of a waste of time to argue about the right to commit suicide because, you know, once you've done it, there's no way they can punish you. You're fucking dead. Now, I guess there are some instances where it's like if a person is ill and they want to die and, you know, no one will help them, that's a problem. But, you know, if you're able-bodied, you should be able to do it yourself. And, you know, people do if they want. And ultimately, you know, we can't stop them. What if they're very mentally ill? Yeah, that is always the issue. That's where it does get a bit thorny with all of this stuff because it's like, well, you don't. It's kind of the catch-22 because you wanted to believe in the self-ownership principle, or I do anyway, and but you know, it's like, well, what if the person is too mentally incapacitated to make those decisions for themselves? Yeah, well, obviously in those instances, you don't want, you know, it might be appropriate at that point for other people to intervene and take some control. But the problem is, you know, where do you draw that line? And that's always where it gets thorny because there's going to be argument about where that line should go. Yeah, I think that probably the best solution for the suicide thing is maybe just put them into, you know, if someone wants to commit suicide, like have a socially acceptable option for them. Like, hey, you know, all right, we understand that, you know, you have found that your life is very difficult and blah, 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 blah. We're going to put you into this process. And, you know, we're going to try to help you out with your life. And maybe it's not necessarily like, this is how you're going to commit. This is not like about clearing you for suicide. It's about like, hey, you're at risk. We're going to try to fix your problems. If we can't fix your problems, then we can we'll give you, you know, we'll inject you or whatever the fuck. Maybe something like that. Something with like a humane euthanasia for people who have either physical or mental problems that are so severe that they, you know, have no quality of life. Something like that. But, you know, I think you should definitely attempt to fix your problems before resorting to that. Personally, I've never been suicidal, so it's kind of hard for me to relate to it. I've been depressed. There have been times when I kind of wished that I'd never been born, but there's never been a time when I wish I was like, I want to kill myself, you know? My observation pertains to more invasive forms of sex work. Analogous relationships can be traced in other fields as well, such as with Twitch streaming. I think I missed something in this conversation. TJ, is it bad that I want to sit on your face? I mean, I don't think it's bad to want to do that. It's bad if you do it without my approval, I guess. Ever saw a music video for a song called Acid Fuzz by the band Toxic Holocaust? Even if music is not your thing, I think the video's up your alley. All right, I'll try to make a mental note of that. What if someone has a suicide fetish and their greatest fantasy is to die painfully? I mean, I still think you should probably undergo some kind of psychiatric evaluation to make sure that's what you truly want. But, you know, ultimately, I mean, yeah, I mean, if the evaluation's like, hey, this person is of sound mind and judgment and understands what they're doing, then yeah, let them do it. Why not? Did you approve me to sun your face? Yes. I don't even have to think about that one. You have like a big, giant fucking ass, so yeah. It's kind of hard not to want that. Whenever I wish I was never born, I watch the Smallville episode where Clark gets transported to a world where he never existed and everything is fucked. Right. I guess I shouldn't nitpick the thing that keeps you from wishing you were never born, but like, you're not Superman either, so, you know? Like, the consequences of I mean, like, we already know the consequences of there not being a Superman. We're living in that universe. Look, Superman, it's the universe where you never existed. Oh my god, it's a shithole. Yeah, that's true. But like the universe where Jimmy Olsen doesn't exist, it's like, whatever. It's pretty much the same. Hey, TJ, it's been a while. Has it? I mean, it hasn't been a while for me. I've seen you every day. I've been stalking you. No, I don't even know who you are, sorry. Why is Superman champion of the press Strivy's alt? Because Strivy loves Superman. Do you remember me? No. He thinks he only exists when he is watching. I do find that there are people like that. And there is like a whole ass conversation going on between the Sockdem Wolf and some other people that I don't even know what's happening there. Bright sky, bright sky. Let's see. Who do I know? I know Cummy Nipples because it's kind of hard to forget someone named that. Hobo Sapiens, I recognize the screen name, but I don't really know the personality behind it. Krista, I know. Jay Garner, I know. Sockdem Wolf. I guess I kind of am starting to know from today. Jeffrey didn't kill himself. I've never seen that person before. I mean, I probably have, but I don't remember them. Emily, I've seen, obviously. Cosmic Cynic, not sure. I'm the LA meetup guy, TJ. I mean, there was a lot of LA meetup guys. Are you the one that got us kicked out of the venue? Are you that guy? What do you think about the new Dune movie? Pretty good. Angry stoner guy. What about me? Sorry. Hello, Clarice. Weird meetup guy. I mean, it's kind of a weird expectation that someone be like, it's me, the guy from the LA meetup, and I would just be like, oh yeah, of course. Like, what? I mean, like, you were there. You know there was like 120 people there, right? Why would I know who you specifically are? You know what I mean? Phoebe. Yeah, you're known. I recognize you. You know what? I'm just going to lie and say I recognize all of you. Every single one of you is special and unique to me. It is me, the guy who has never been to a meetup. Oh, yeah. Amen. Maybe he sucked you off in LA or something? No. I'd remember that. And he would just say, like, I'm the guy that sucked you off at the LA meetup. Like, oh. Why'd you get kicked out of the LA meetup? Because one of our fucking stupid fans tried to sneak in some airsoft guns. It's the dumbest fucking shit ever. And then Paul and Scotty, the guy from the fucking venue was just like, we gotta shut this down. Someone tried to bring in some airsoft guns. And I was just like, that's stupid. But Paul and Scotty were like, yeah, I guess we gotta do it. I'm like, okay. But I honestly, it's one of those things I wish I could get in a time machine and go back in time and be like, nah, fuck that. Fuck him. But whatever. No time machine for me, so no point in fretting about it. Ever read Garth Ennis's Crossed comics? No, I never have. Sorry. It's me, the guy who commented LOL on Eggs 2, Bricks 3. Oh, yeah, I remember you. Oh, yeah, that was great. I'm saving up to go to the Vegas meetup when it happens. Fuck yeah. Vegas meetup, Vegas meetup, Vegas meetup. You a fan of Gordon Ramsay, TJ? I can't get enough of watching him. I'm a fan of Kitchen Nightmares, but only the first half. Only the first half of each show. I like the part where he shows up at the restaurant, insults the food, and then psychologically destroys the owner. I don't like the part where he psychologically rebuilds them and then buys them a bunch of new shit. I really hate the Oprah half. I only like the mean half. Yeah, that was a funny one. The New Orleans Napoleon House was funny. That place was bougie, and they had a bunch of neckbeard weirdos in the attic. Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. And the people that worked there were like, oh my God, what the hell? They were not used to that. They had a bar minimum, but they had the worst bar service there. It's like, if you're going to have a bar minimum, you got to have a fully functional bar. But like, you couldn't even get a drink in that son of a bitch without waiting in line. Are you good at bowling, TJ? I actually took bowling lessons as a kid, strangely enough. I really don't remember much about them. As a kid, I never really got very good. I could bowl like 120, 130. Nowadays, I could probably bowl like a 90. So no, not very good at bowling. Ain't it a kick in the head? Is the venue for the Vegas meetup going to be the same place where the Vegas shooting happened? Oh, yes, of course. That's all we do in Vegas. We just recreate the Vegas shooting. I'm good at bowling and Mario Party. That surely counts. Yo, TJ lost a friend to suicide a couple weeks ago. Able to laugh about it as of last night. Thank you for putting out content. Shit gets me through work and helped me these last couple of weeks. Sorry about your friend. I've never really had anyone close to me kill themselves. I imagine it would be very distressing. You know, wondering if there was something you could have done to change things. Feeling abandoned by them, I imagine. And just maybe not even understanding why they did it. I know a lot of times, you know, these suicides kind of come out of the blue for people. So it's like, you know, you just can't believe that that person would do that. Other times, maybe it was predictable. But whatever the case might have been, I realize that's got to be pretty hard. And, you know, I don't know what to say other than just it sucks ass. My friend Cody killed himself when we were 16. Yeah, 16 is a pretty rough time. It's got to really suck to lose your friend that way, too. I mean, did you feel like they abandoned you when that happened? Because I think I would feel that a lot. I would be mad that the person didn't stay just for me. Maybe that's my egotism asserting itself. But that would be the thing that would make me the most fucked up. I mean, other than just like the normal stuff you go through when a person dies in general. But that would definitely add some grief modifiers onto the stack. I feel bad for kids who lose their parents to suicide. I hate to disrespect people who commit suicide by calling them selfish, but if you leave your kids behind, you are a horrible person. Well, you were. That's kind of the point, right? You're not anymore. You're dead. My niece killed herself in December. She was only 26. Damn. If one of my friends were to do it, it wouldn't be out of nowhere. Everyone I know is depressed as fuck. Lol. Yeah. It's a depressing time we live in. My dad killed himself when I was 9. Oof. No, I understood. He was my cousin's ex, and she was really angry. So, as you could imagine, she and I didn't see eye to eye on it. Yeah. I can get that, I guess. I don't know if I could really be super understanding if someone I knew committed suicide. I think I'd be pissed at them. I think I would take it very personally. And then I'd be super mad they weren't there to like get chastised by me. That they escaped my lecture about how they shouldn't have done it. Or I think more people are taking their lives these days. I think we just live in a kind of a depressing time in a lot of ways. People feel like there's no escape from the bullshit. Everyone's always fucking so perpetually like angry and frustrated. Seems like it's impossible to get a leg up. Seems like life is a fucking pointless struggle. And rather than changing that, rather than trying to make the world better, we just either suck it up and take it or give up and kill ourselves. Which is unfortunate because, to me, the most rational course of action would be like, we should probably roll up our sleeves and do something about this, I guess. But, yeah, we don't really tend to do that. Would you lecture a friend who came to you with those thoughts? No, because I'd appreciate that they came to me instead of just acting on it. I would try to help the person that came to me like that. I mean, I'd try to listen to their problems, try to help them come up with solutions, give them some emotional support, all that stuff. Try to give them some motivation. Do the best I could. Someone who is suicidal, I don't understand why me going back to the void is looked at as a negative. Probably because, you've formed attachments and relationships in this world and no one really wants to be deprived of you. So there's that. The thing I always try to say to people that feel suicidal is just like, can't you just wait? Because, it's... Last I checked, human beings aren't immortal or anything. Death will happen. You might as well see... you're only going to exist for a brief little flicker of time. You might as well see what's going to happen in it. Might as well stick around till the credits roll. Ultimately, it's not going to be that long. It'll be 100 years, and then you're dead forever. So, yeah, 100 years is pretty optimistic, really, or pessimistic, I guess, if you're a suicidal person. But yeah, I don't know, you might as well, if you have the courage to end your life, why can't you find the courage to just, fix it? Live it to the fullest. I don't know. Unless you have, some sort of, super debilitating shit going on, I just don't get it. Nah, the ending sucks. Not necessarily. I don't know. A lot of times, old people seem pretty happy. Even if they don't really have any reason to be. They just kind of, have realized that all life's bullshit doesn't really matter. And then they're just kind of yeah, I just like to sit here on my porch and smoke my stogies. And look, oh, wow, look at the flowers. Ain't they pretty? Wow. It's okay, cool. Granted, there are some old fucks who are I hate fucking the damn country going to hell in a handbasket. So fuck those old people. But, hey, a lot of people seem to find some peace. I don't know. You never know what you're going to get. Depression is a delusional state, so they can't reason that way. I don't know. I think I've heard that people who are depressed actually see reality more clearly and are less delusional. But maybe I'm mistaken about that. Maybe they need more delusions in their existence. What would you say to someone if they were wanting to do what this recent school Pew Pewer did? In that instance, I pretty much have to report you to the fucking authorities. I can't just rely on, a pep talk for that. So, please don't come to me with that. Ever. I don't want to be, complicit in some shit just because I, didn't take you seriously enough. They see everything more clearly about themselves. I'll say that much. That's true. Yeah, depressed people do tend to have a distorted view of their own selves. They tend to view everything about themselves through much too negative of a lens. T, let's change the subject. I go where the chat leads me. You want to change the subject, you bring up a subject. Because otherwise, I just go where they take me. Nihilism is true philosophy and true freedom. The nothing matters. You are free to do everything and enjoy life. I mean, I don't really even view nihilism as a philosophy. I just view it as a recognition of the fundamental truth that there is no inherent meaning to the universe. To me, that's not a philosophical position. That's just the default. In the same way that atheism to me is the default, nihilism is the default. You know, you can't demonstrate to me that there is a God. You can't demonstrate to me that there is inherent meaning. And so until you can, the default is that they don't exist. The fact that you can conceive of such things doesn't prove them. I'm a balding twink. What do I do? Wig, become a bald muscle, gay? I'm starting to look like a chemo patient. I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you want, I guess. I mean, if you want to hold on to your twinkness a little longer, you should probably get some Rogaine or something. But you know, if not, I don't know, maybe figure out some other thing to lean into. I have total writer's block, to be honest with you. I haven't written much. I did write some notes the other day. So that's at least something I made. I started developing a, I don't really want to call it a magic system, but basically it is, though. I started developing like kind of a magic system for the universe. Although it's not called magic in that universe, it's called Quan. But I started to like delve into the principles of it a little bit and write some of the stuff out. So I guess that's something. I'm usually not much of a note taker, but I did take notes. So there you go. Femboy bodies aren't very sustainable. Yeah, I mean, I think there is way too much emphasis placed on this like femboy twink variant of being gay. Like, I wish there was a little bit more actually masculine sort of, you know, gay stuff out there. You know, I'd like to see more like muscle dudes and fat dudes and like just normal looking dudes getting down. Instead of these like ultra feminized, ultra smooth. I mean, that's fine. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little too dominant in that space at this point. Maybe kind of, you know, do something else. Should the Kid Rock Bud Light controversy? No. I mean, I've heard about it. I don't care. I said my piece on Twitter. He's a dork that bought beer to shoot it. I mean, who cares? He's a fucking moron. Yeah, I mean, I know there's bears and, you know, muscle guys and shit, but like, that's not like the mainstream of that. Like, I have a gay section in my sort of server, my Discord server. And, you know, it's all fucking twinks pretty much. It's like, come on. There's more than that. I'm a gay dude, not very feminine, don't really think about my gender or sex too much. I'm kind of in the same boat as you on not thinking about that shit very much. I mean, I've been thinking about it more because it's become such a political issue. But like, left to my own devices, I really don't spend too much time like hand wringing about my gender or whatever the fuck. It's not that important to me. I accepted that I am third gender and decided to go on living. I mean, after some, I don't want to say a lot of soul searching, but after some soul searching, I've kind of settled upon being like non-binary, but like masculine presenting, I guess. And that just seems to be like what I do. But I don't really think, like, I think if I was born with this exact same brain in a female body, I don't think I'd have dysphoria or anything. I'm pretty sure I'm fine in whatever body you put me in. Who are you casting in the movie adaptation of Sexbot Uprising? You. You're going to be in it. But I really don't mind he, him pronouns or anything like that. I guess I marginally do prefer they, them, but he, him is fine. Yeah, it's not like something I'm going to like take a stand over because it really doesn't matter to me that much. But yeah, I mean, like I'm totally fine with the he, him pronouns. But to be honest, I do kind of prefer they, them. But it's a pretty marginal preference. Can I be in your movie, TJ? I promise I can actually act. Yes, sure. You could play one of the sex bots. That's fine. I don't know. I mean, I'm really thinking about the story I've written so far, and like, I don't think I would need an insane budget to make the movie. Now, I don't know what kind of finale I'm heading towards. So, but like, I mean, most of it could be done pretty inexpensively. You just need some hot chicks and some dorky looking dudes, and you pretty much got yourself. I mean, you need like some sets and stuff. Like, that's pretty standard. I don't know. As things stand now, I think a pretty respectable looking movie could be made of Sexbot Uprising for like, I don't know. I don't really know movie budgets, but like 10 million to 30 million, you could probably do it. But, you know, if I decide to create some crazy elaborate ending sequence, then maybe more. What is the blonde sexbot's name again? There's more than one blonde sexbot, but you're probably talking about... If you're talking about the character that's on the cover, that would be named Key. K-I. How far into the book are you? Let me check. It'll be the first... I dread to even know how long it's been since I've actually worked on it, because it's been a minute. I think this is going to tell me how long it's been since I actually did something. I believe I have something like 60, 70,000 words, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, I have 72,795 words. Okay. 4, 8. So that means 16. Yeah. I hate to come to you about this. I was banned from your Discord for a very petty reason. Is it cool if I can DM you about it in private? The mods have completely been ghosting me. Sure. Yeah, you can DM me about it. If you can't DM me on Discord, then just Instagram. Send on Instagram. I usually see those. What's the book's tagline again? I remember being funny. Sexbot Uprising. And then the tagline is, they're coming for you. Get it? Pauly Shore needs a comeback movie now that Brendan Fraser got an Oscar. I don't think there's an Oscar in Pauly Shore's future. I don't even think there is an alternate universe where Pauly Shore won an Oscar. Yeah, I mean, I think Sexbot Uprising should star Chris Pratt for sure. Krista, what do you think? Chris Pratt as Golgado? You think that's a good casting choice? I mean, I think he could do it a lot of justice, you know? Marilyn Manson should have the most pissed off comeback tour of all time and call it the Defamation Tour. Yeah. As who? Golgado. Chris Pratt. What do you think? Has the recent developments in AI made you look at your book a little differently? No, but it's been great for research. Like, it's made researching stuff a lot easier. Now, the unfortunate thing is you do have to kind of like double check stuff, but like, yeah, it's kind of cool to have like something you can ask questions to, even if they're obscure. Because there's a lot of stuff that like a classic search engine would just not give you the results you want back. The AI can fucking actually answer. But it does have a tendency to make shit up if it doesn't know. So you got to be careful of that. I just watched your recent chat with Adam and Sitch. Are you happy with how that went? I mean, I think it went about as well as it could go. I don't really see how it could have gone any better than it did. But I guess that's kind of an evasion. I mean, I think in this climate, it went about as well as I could have ever expected it to. What are your thoughts on trans medicalism? The idea that having gender dysphoria is a core tenet of trans identity, and you can't truly be trans without having dysphoria. I think it's gatekeeping. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I've made that. If you actually go watch, I mean, it's funny that Adam and Sitch thing was just brought up because I talk about it there. No, I don't think you have to have dysphoria to be trans. I think all you have to do is just have the willingness to identify otherwise. And, you know, I think you have to make some sort of social transition, I think. But yeah, I don't think it should be exclusively people who have dysphoria. I want a big booty, big titty sex bot. Damn it, there is my sex bot. Life sucks. Sorry. It'll happen for you, I'm sure. If you stay alive long enough, you will get a sex bot. I believe it. Where is Paul's channel gone? It got shit canned by YouTube for hate speech. Why are conservatives so obsessed with Hunter Biden? Every time they talk, they have to bring his ass up. I really don't know. I guess it's because he's like the president's wayward fuck up son, but I wish they would just realize that no one but them cares. Like, does anyone really give a shit that Hunter Biden's a fucking screw up? I don't. I don't care. Do you care? Does anyone care? Who gives a rat's ass? He ain't the president. Honestly, I kind of wish he was. Seemed pretty fucking cool. Getting foot jobs, snorting coke. Sounds like pretty much fucking cool dude, but whatever. You know, putting that aside, though. The laptop is supposed to contain evidence of Chinese collusion or election tampering or some shit. Well, how come I ain't never seen none of that? How come the only thing that's leaked from the laptop is like, here's Hunter Biden getting a foot job? It's like, okay. Where's all this treason shit? It's like, it's in there. Trust us. Okay. Buying a pre-owned sex bot, LMAO. I mean, why not? Like, you can, like, you don't know how to clean something out? Clean it out. You know there's going to be robo brothels in the future. They'll just clean them out. What is your take on xenogenders and neo-pronouns? Too hard. I mean, like, if you... Am I supposed to remember every fucking buddy's got, like, crazy pronouns now? I mean, whatever. If you come to me and you say my pronouns are fucking Z-zer or whatever the fuck, if you're someone I know at least, like, you can't just be some rando. If you come to me and say that, you know, I'm interacting with you, and you ask me to fucking try, I'll try. But, like, man, if every fucking person I know has got different pronouns, it's gonna be fucking way too hard. I got enough to struggle with just remembering names and shit. I'm not gonna remember everybody's got different fucking pronouns, all right? It's gonna be too much. Yeah, I mean, when Joe Biden was saying, like, vote for the other Biden. If you don't like me, vote for the other Biden. Everyone was like, the fuck is he talking about? But now it's pretty goddamn clear. We found out too late the Biden we were supposed to vote for. I think Hunter Biden should fucking run for president. He should primary his own dad. I'll vote for that one. I'd rather vote for... I would feel way less gross voting for Hunter Biden. I've yet to meet anyone who wants me to use xeno pronouns or neo pronouns or whatever the fuck they're called, so... Do you feel the trans community is more in danger now compared to 10 years ago? Yes. I feel like danger towards trans people is at a peak right now. Because they're, you know, at the crux of this, like, hotbed political issue, and hatred against them is being fomented. So yeah, there's definitely risks right now to being trans. And there's always been risks, of course. But right now I think it's an especially rough time, especially for trans people who live in, like, red America, which there are plenty. If everyone had different pronouns, it would defeat the purpose of a pronoun. It's just a noun at that point, pretty much. Yeah, you might as well just use proper nouns, everybody. Maybe that's the solution. Just stop even using pronouns for people. Fuck all this he, him, she, her, they, them shit. Just use their proper name for everything. I have no issue with people choosing their preferred pronouns. My only concern is that opens plenty of room for scammers and sexual predators. Huh? How does using... Wait. Pronouns. Here's my pronouns. Where's the scammer sexual predator advantage there? I'm trying to figure that out. TJ, was there ever a point when you found the attack helicopter gag to be funny? Yeah. When it first happened, I laughed at it a couple times. I don't think it's inherently like a terrible joke, especially early on, but, like, you know, when it became clear that was every joke about trans people was the helicopter joke, and it started getting treated more like a line of reasoning than it did a joke, You know? Would you say there's a trans genocide going on? I would say there's genocidal rhetoric going on. I wouldn't say that we are in the midst of a trans genocide. But I feel like there is the rhetoric that seems like it could very well be a precursor is in the air in certain social circles, for sure. Legal implications? Dude, you're gonna have to like, you're in a nosedive of vagueness, and you're gonna have like you're gonna have to come with me with some specific shit, dog. I'm not trying to just discount you at face value and be disrespectful and shit, but like, you know, can you like stop being vague and just like tell me what your concern is? I could argue we are in a genocide. I would never even really argue against you if you fucking felt like we were. Because, like, when a genocide officially starts, I mean, like, when did the Holocaust start? Did it start the very moment that those ideas started to foment? Or did it start when they started bringing them to the camps? Or did it start when they started doing mass extermination? Like, at what moment did it become a genocide? There's no real objective answer to that. It's pretty clear that it became one at some point. But at what point from A to B? Well, we'll say A to Z. Was it B? Was it C? I mean, like, when? At what point did that officially start? I feel like arguing about when it starts is kind of a moot point. Whether it started already or it's just something looming in the future, either way, pretty compelling reason to fight against it. If you look at the 10 stages, you can make a strong argument we're on stage 6. Yeah, I mean, I looked at those stages, and they seem like a pretty fair summation of what happened in Germany. I don't really know that we've hit all of those stages, but it's not really to be expected that things would unfold exactly the same either. Do you remember in the past you were kind of internet buddies with Paul Joseph Watson? How do you feel about him now? I haven't watched his shit in a while, but you know, he pretty much he's pretty much gone like totally mask off. You know, there's been stuff of him just like making explicit explicit racist talking points at this point. There's no more plausible deniability there for him. I made genocide illegal. People, pack it up, problem solved. Thank God. Do you think we can reach an enlightened society, or will technology take us into a brutal technocracy? Stay tuned for that. That's all I can say on that one. You were cringe for endorsing him. I don't know that I really endorsed him. You know, when I really fucking started to feel like I knew like that we had grown apart is when there was that girl that put the beer in between her giant butt cheeks, and he was like, "This is disgusting." I'm like, you suck. It was really then when I realized, like, I don't know, any red-blooded man who sees a big old butt with a beer with some beer in between, like if there's literally beer in between butt cheeks, and you're a dude who's like identifies as a man and shit, and you look at that and you're like, nah. Like, I don't know. You gotta screw loose, in my opinion. Something's gone wrong. What is this? Middletown, New York, eh? Don't think so. I don't know. No one in no damn Middletown, New York. Fuck off. Yeah, I mean, like, insulting that big butt was really... You crossed the line, you know? I can let a little fucking... You know, I can let a little fucking right-wing talking points and flirting with the right fucking pass for, you know, whatever. You're just grifting and shit. But you start fucking going after butts, you know, you've gone too far. Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm really skeptical of this Marianne Williamson shit. First of all, the poll she pulled 10%, and it wasn't like Gallup or like Pew Research or something like that. It was some fucking polling agency I'd never heard of. So I don't know how legit the poll is. I'd be happy to see some other polls that put her at that percentage point before I fucking start to even really consider that. But even if she did get to 10%, I don't know. It's a long way. That's a long way from where she needs it to be. That's a lot of fucking minds that need to change. And, you know, I really just, I mean, from what I remember of her in 2020, she did not make that great of an impression on me. Maybe she's figured out a better message, a better way to convey it. Or maybe in this context, she'll seem more like a breath of fresh air than she did at the time. But, what is Kyle's weird obsession with her? He clearly knows her in real life and just loves the idea of someone he knows being president. Because, like, who the fuck wouldn't love that? You know? Maybe he could fucking get a cap. I mean, like, maybe Kyle even is fucking eyeing, like, a cabinet position at that point. You know? That'd be exciting. Right? So he could have some ambitions tied up into that. Butts are funny to me. They're so attractive, but they also smell, even when perfectly clean. XD. I don't like that comment. Get out of here. Big booba and big butt are both good. Agreed. Agreed. I've heard that her top issue now is overturning Citizens United and these SCOTUS cases that lead to legalized bribery/corruption. Well, that would be a good idea. I think that if she ran on that, that'd be a good message to put out there. I don't know that she can beat Biden with that message, but who knows? You know, and I mean, there's always the notion that like Biden maybe will say like, I don't know if I'm fit to do a second term, and primarying fucking Kamala or something would probably be a lot easier. Butts smelly with their wash? I think the fuck not. I mean, they still have butts still have a smell when they're washed, but I don't feel like it's a gross smell. Yeah, clean butt smell is nice. That's true. That's right. You've identified the truth. You're a smart person. Kamala, she's a cackling chicken. Don't insult cackling chickens, bro. Yeah, presidents have been primaried before. It's not very common, but it's happened. It smells like skin with some sweat. I mean, you would know. Since you have one of the biggest butts in existence, you would definitely know. Overturning Citizens United has been an issue for a while. I don't think that this would be enough to push a primary challenger over the edge. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Even before Citizens United passed, money in politics was a huge problem in this country. So you wouldn't be exactly fixing the problem at that point. You'd just be rolling the problem back to a previous incarnation of the problem. Hottest person running in 2024? I don't know. I don't know of any hot people running in 2024. I don't know. Let's go to her site. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can become inspired by Marianne Williamson here. Let's give her a fucking chance, huh? Why not? All right, she got a campaign site. She got it, right? Looks like I need to go reset my playlist here. Boop. All right, Marianne Williamson, 2024. Okay, I'm not giving you my information, so just show me what you got. Okay, we got issues. All issues. Let's find out what we're dealing with here. Yeah. So what do we want to know about? I'll put you guys on the screen. Hold on. There you go. What do we want to know about here? Empowered labor. I mean, that sounds interesting. Reparations, climate action, gun safety, social security, women's rights, LGBTQ. Well, I want to know how strong her rhetoric is on this. All right, yeah, I want the bullet points. All right, let's see. Champion the original Equal Rights Amendment as well as the Amendment for Constitutional Equality, which adds a more inclusive set of protections in the U.S. Constitution for marginalized groups. Okay. Fight for the Equality Act. Every Child Deserves a Family Act, the Pride Act, and other bills to prohibit discrimination by the United States, including the military or any government and private industry. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Appoint cabinet members from LGBTQIA plus communities to ensure continued involvement and representation. Yep, fine. Fight discrimination in healthcare settings, discrimination which endangers LGBTQIA plus people's lives through delays, harassment, and humiliation by providers, being turned away by hospitals, pharmacists, and doctors. All people who need medical care should be able to see their doctor without worrying about being mistreated, harassed, or denied service outright. Yep. Fight for the PrEP Access and Coverage Act to require all public and private insurances to cover HIV prevention, medication, and related services with no out-of-pocket costs. I mean, beyond just being good for fucking gay people where there's still a higher HIV prevalence, this would be just good to do with anything that's a communicable disease that's a threat to human life, or even one that's just, just a threat to human health. Restore cuts to local and global HIV/AIDS programs. So basically, these programs were cut. Just bring back the funding for them, which seems reasonable enough. Include sexual orientation and gender identity as protected classes under the Federal Fair Housing Act, therefore making it illegal to deny LGBT blah, blah, blah housing. Yes, fine. So seems like she's pretty good on this stuff. Let's see about this labor stuff. Got a bullet point on this. Support labor rights for all workers. I don't know what that means. It's too vague. Hold corporate executives accountable for labor law violations. CEOs should be personally liable for unpaid wages and criminally liable for interference with workers' efforts to organize. Employers who engage in wage theft, misclassifying workers, and bad faith stalling during bargaining, aka surface bargaining, will be heavily penalized. Yeah, penalized is fine, but like, if you're going to say they're going to be criminally liable, I want to see more than just fines being passed out. I want someone with a little bit more teeth to scare these fuckers into compliance. Strengthen the National Labor Relations Board by increasing the agency's enforcement authorities and staffing to speed the process of issuing bargaining orders, upgrade regional NLRB offices, increase labor investigations to protect the agency from any adversarial attempts at defunding. Yeah, so this is just like Republicans have traditionally attacked this board, and we're going to fucking strengthen it so that makes it harder for them to attack and defund. End right to work for less laws. I like the way that they've couched the right to work as right to work for less. That should obviously, I mean, any mainstream fucking position, any mainstream Democrat's going to oppose that shit at this point. At least in terms of like their political answers. In retaliation for workplace organizing, impose. Yeah, this pro-union shit is definitely a positive. I wonder how important this is to her. Like when she gives speeches, I guess that's important too, is like more than just what's listed on this page is like, what is she really pushing? Like when you listen to her talk, what is she saying? Like what is she highlighting? What does she put? What is the key thing? Like with Bernie, it was obviously he had all the stuff, but like Medicare for all was the big thrust. Like that's the one we really want to get done. And free college. Kyle probably helped write this. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he, I mean, like maybe he should fucking find himself her campaign manager or something like that. Now, see, I'm starting to get like, ooh, wait. If Kyle knows the president and I know Kyle, then I know someone who knows the president. So now I'm starting to get kind of like, Marianne Williamson looking kind of good all of a sudden. Now that I'm thinking about it from this angle, right? Let's see. Marianne Williamson. YouTube. I want to see if I can find her making a speech here. Like, what is she putting out there into the ether? Yeah, be quiet. Okay. Videos on her channel. Most recent videos from about a month ago. Okay. Let me see how I feel about this chick in retrospect, because like I'm still just remembering her from the past. Maybe she's more inspiring than I recall. Especially now that I've realized that I could potentially get connections to her. Marion, I wrote a new law. Kyle, give Marion this law I wrote. Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. I'm going to give that to her real soon. Thanks, Kyle.
I'm Marianne Williamson, and when I was growing up, America had a vibrant middle class. The average American...
I don't want to know about when you grew up. I hate this when I grew up shit. I get this, like, we want to connect and all that, but like, I don't need it. I don't need that shit. All right, I don't need it. Maybe someone else needs it. I'll fucking grant it to you. Vibrant middle class. I'm listening.
American worker had decent benefits, could afford a home, could afford a car, could afford a yearly vacation, could afford for one member of the couple to stay home if they wished, and could afford to send their kids to college.
All right. I like everything she said. I don't know if I like the way she said it. I'm kind of confused as to why she talks the way she does, but you know what? I'm going to learn to love it.
But over the last 50 years, there's been a massive transfer of wealth to the tune of $50 trillion from the bottom 90% of Americans to the top 1%, decimating America's middle class.
Yep, that's true.
We all owe President Biden a debt of gratitude for...
Don't do that. Don't fucking... Oh, well, I guess you kind of have to. You really shouldn't, though. You know, I don't really want to hear about my debt of gratitude to Joe Biden. Like, I was fine when you were just, like, laying out the case for why you're better. But then you got to go suck his dick. I mean, you're making the same mistake Bernie made, where it's like he's trying to draw a sharp contrast between himself and this guy, but then is constantly mentioning, like, what a great guy he is, though. Oh, man, he's fantastic. Oh, my good friend Joe Biden. He's a wonderful man. He's a saint. Pretty much a perfect human being. Couldn't think of a criticism of the man. It's like, come on. Yes, you can.
defeating President Trump in 2020. But with the things that they're going to be throwing at us in 2024, we need to submit to the American people an agenda of fundamental economic.
They're never going to do anything they say they're going to do. Why even listen to this? I don't know. Off chance that a real person might eventually run for president.
Reform, universal health care, tuition-free colleges at state colleges and universities, higher education, including tech schools.
So Marianne Williamson's new pitch is Bernie's too old, so I am now Bernie. That's what I'm getting so far.
Paternity and maternity leave, free child care, and a guaranteed living wage.
Yeah, you guys keep dangling that in front of us. You sure do. Can we have it now? If I vote for you, I get all this? This is what I get? Okay.
These are things that are considered moderate positions in every other advanced democracy. But in the United States...
Yeah. America, catch the fuck up to the rest of the world. Marianne Williamson. Like, all right.
People have been trained to expect too little. The American people have been played. What the Democratic Party should do is to truly return to the principles of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Not just alleviate people's suffering, but offer them genuine...
I like FDR on most things. Obviously, he had some blemishes. There's no denying it. But like the fucking that statue of him that she showed a second ago makes him look like a goddamn Harry Potter villain. So I don't know. Like, no, that's not a good statue.
Alleviate people's suffering, but offer them genuine economic reform. Not just help people survive in an unjust system. The Democratic Party should end an unjust system. Washington, D.C., with a few brave exceptions, is filled with two major categories of leaders. Those who don't even care about all the suffering that's going on out there, and those who do not have the moral courage to fix it.
Why does she talk like that? Can I just ask that? I mean, like, all right, cool, good message. Yeah, I like it all. I'm not going to get super hyped because I don't, yeah, whatever. But what's with the voice? Does she have a pseudoscience background? Dude, I don't give a fuck at this point. If someone with a pseudoscience background becomes president, but they fucking pass like sweeping economic reforms of the nature she's talking about, she can fucking rub as many crystals on her tits as she wants to. I don't give a fuck. At that point, who gives a rat's ass? Now she starts setting medical policy based on that shit in the country. That'll be an issue. But you know,
let me in there. I will.
Let me in there. Let the right one in. I don't know. She kind of scares me a little bit for some reason. I think it's that voice. I think was she like born with a speech impediment and now she's trying to like overcome it and that's why she sounds like that? Bernie Ann Sanderson, yes. I've been thinking about moving to another country because my epilepsy medicine costing $800 monthly. Costing $800. I mean, that's fucked up, yeah. So where would you move? I can tell she's trying to appeal to Republicans with the reactionary things were better in the past rhetoric. I wish politicians would stop doing this. Yeah, I mean, the messaging was not, I mean, obviously it's not what I would have crafted. Maybe I should just run for fucking president. I don't really even want to be president, but maybe it's like the first step. I don't know. Anyone wants to build me a campaign website or something, let me know. I'd have to just, I don't want to go. I mean, I guess okay, so what would my options be if I did decide to go for president? I could try to get the Republican nomination, which would be a nightmare. I could try to primary Joe Biden, which would be also a nightmare. I could try to run as a libertarian, like what's his face with the boot on his head did. Which, you know, maybe that could work. I don't fucking know. If enough lefties flooded that fucking Libertarian Party, we could probably take it over. I could try to get the nomination of like some other obscure party, like the Greens or something, but I could try to do my own political party, but I have no idea how to get on the ballot in most states. I could try to do a write-in campaign and just run independently. You know, there are states that you can get on the ballot in most states with write-in, but a lot of them have hoops you got to jump through to get there. Would you change your image? No. No, I wouldn't change my image much at all. I'd do the same shit I do now. I'd just fucking be running for president. The libertarians have no standards. I mean, that sounds like that's why that seems like a pretty viable option to me. Run as a libertarian, you know? I mean, they would hate me on economics issues. They'd probably be okay with me on social issues for the most part. I know some of the libertarian chapters have gotten pretty authoritarian in their, like, ironically, in their social beliefs, but I think most of them are still pretty socially permissive. So I don't know. TJU said too many edgy things. Yeah, but I don't know. That's kind of the point. I mean, like, Trump hasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I think the game has changed. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys are still like a couple beats back, but like that doesn't matter anymore. I'm thinking about Uruguay, Portugal, or Japan. Uruguay costs about $20, Portugal $50, Japan $43, maybe even Israel. Goodness forbid. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. No, libertarians have gone super Nazi recently. That sucks. I thought they were still pretty good. I remember the Libertarian Party of Louisiana seemed like they had some pro-trans shit to say, but like I said, maybe that's just it's like a holdout chapter that still holds to the old ways or whatever. We talk about the damn banana video on Fox News. Oh man, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll just make it like my campaign symbol. You said edgy things about rich people, though? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to grift in my run for president. I'm going to be honest about my fucking opinions like I always have been. I'm going to run as I am. I'm not going to try to craft some new narrative. If I run, rich people are going to be fucking on my shit list for sure. So anything I've said against them is going to be just fine. Yeah, I just need a campaign website. That's all I need. Anyone knows anything about that, get in touch. I'm going to get all the Instagram models with huge butts to write TJ for Prez across their butt and twerk. That's my campaign strategy. I'll make all kinds of promises to them like, man, under my regime, you guys are going to have it so fucking good. Like, we're going to have government-funded twerking programs, all right? You guys are going to financially benefit from me being president. Don't you fret. What are we listening to? Jazz? Copyright-free jazz? It's called 2 hours of the best dinner time jazz music. Royalty-free jazz. When you're president, can I have a high-paying, low-effort job too, please? Yeah. See, the thing is that I have my plan for what I'm going to do as king, but I have to formulate a different plan as president. So, yeah, I should probably start working on that if I'm going to do it. Fucking might as well. Why not? You guys can be my campaign managers. Can you take your presidential oath on the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey? Yeah, if I win, I'm gonna have like a stack of like books that I like. Maybe I'll just have like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just gonna have like I'll have like the complete works of like Robert Crumb or something. You know, I'll swear on that. Or like a stack of like Manson DVDs that contain all his music videos and shit. Or maybe like one of George Carlin's books. Hey, it's Chelsea. Can I be a cabinet member? Yeah, you can be fucking I don't know. Secretary of the Interior or something. I don't give a fuck. Chelsea be a good first lady. I mean, you'd be first lady. Do you want something else on top of that? Who's in charge of like the national parks and like nature bullshit? You can be that person. Will you make prostitution legal? Yep. Yeah, I need to come up with some campaign promises. Can I be president of calendars? I don't think that's a thing. Vosh should be your press secretary. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't give a fuck. Dude, Vosh's press secretary would be fucking... That'd be funny as fuck to watch, so yeah. Yeah, Vosh can be my press secretary. Kyle can be my Veep. No lobbyists in my fucking cabinet, tell you that. We're kicking all these money fucks out. They're gonna fucking kick and scream too. Oh yeah, Demon Mama should be somewhere involved. I don't know what she'd be. I have to talk to her. Lock them up. Yeah. Vosh calling reporters retarded. Yeah, he definitely would. Now, if Vosh gets a retarded question, he's gonna be calling it out. Will you create the Department of Smoking Weed and can I work there? Sure. I don't trust Scotty with Secretary of Defense. We need a cooler head in that position. Just take the lobbyist money and don't do what they want. That'd be pretty funny. I mean, they would stop falling for it pretty quick. I'm not even reading that comment. It didn't appear on the screen, but I see it, and I'm just gonna say nothing to it. I'm just gonna be like, that's my reaction. Okay. Will you outlaw Netflix lobbying the government? I'm going to tell all these companies, I'm going to meet with the heads of like Netflix and Amazon, all this shit. Be like, I don't care how you motherfuckers do it, what you work out, but you guys are going to create one fucking streaming service. No more of this bullshit. There's going to be one streaming service, and I'm going to set its price at like $20 a month. And if someone can't afford it, you're going to lower the price for them. And that's going to be that. You guys figure it out amongst yourselves. We're not going to have this fucking 20 million streaming services bullshit. I'm literally mandating a monopoly on this. So I'm tired of this. I don't want to have to fucking have 20 million subscriptions. I don't want no damn ads either. I guess if someone can't pay the $20 a month, they get ads. But for the rest of us, fuck that. $20 a month for everything I want to watch? Good. I'm good. Figure it out. Figure it out amongst yourselves. I don't care what deal you come to, but you got to come to a deal within this fucking year. Otherwise, I'm shutting you all down. And I'm like fucking using the, whatever, that act where the president can just take fucking seize the means of production. I'm just going to do that. And then you're fucked. So. So cable? No, because cable is not just watching anything you want on demand. Cable is you're beholden to their programming. I want to be able to watch anything I want whenever I want at one low fucking reasonable price. It should be publicly owned. I mean, I don't know if I would have the power to go that far as president. You want that kind of shit, you got to make me king. But as president, I'll make sure it's cheap. TJ, you need two services, not do they have to compete to make quality content? No, because then you don't need the companies competing. You just need the artists that work for them competing with each other to get the attention. As long as every fucking team of creatives wants their show to be the hit show, you're still gonna have plenty of competition in that market, even if it's all under one fucking company. I mean, it doesn't even have to be one company. It just has to be one service. They can work it out amongst themselves how each of them is going to fucking profit off of it. I'm just telling them, like, this is how it needs to be. This is what I want you to do. How you make money off of that is your fucking business. Pirate Bay is not a streaming service. Put me in charge of the Space Force. From there, I will make you king. I like the cut of your jib. And yeah, man, you know, I want to hear your plan. But yeah, it sounds pretty legit. I mean, really, the Space Force is not a fundamentally bad idea. It's one of the few things Trump did right that he still gets mocked for. But yeah, I mean, like, space supremacy is definitely going to be important. I mean, like, if you control space, you control the high ground over every enemy. So I don't see any reason not to want that. Legalize loitering. Yeah, I mean, why not? Fuck, it's why the fuck business is theirs if I want to hang out in front of a fucking store? My jib is uncut. Is that cool? Sure. Yeah, uncut jibs are fine. I have a lot of these Zoomers try to make it sound like pirating everything is super easy and convenient. There's no point in streaming. I feel like that's just cope for the fact that they can't actually afford this shit. If we actually made this shit affordable to them, they would realize that it's way fucking more convenient to stream shit. The problem with Trump's conception for the Space Force is for him it is just an extension of American military imperialism. Well, yeah. But, I mean, we're not going to become an anti-imperialist country. So, yeah, we should have space supremacy. Especially if I'm fucking president. I want space supremacy. I don't want no other country to be able to tell me what's what. I'll just be like, bitch, you shut the fuck up or you get the space laser. I ain't about to hear no fucking shit out of China's ass. Russia wants to talk its garbage. Fuck that. Space laser, bitch. I'll lie and say I got shit I ain't even got. Yeah, I can shoot nukes right out of the air with my space laser. No fucking problem. Doesn't matter how fast it is. Shit's got the most advanced AI in the world on board. Fucking you motherfuckers even try to launch that nuke. We'll fucking blow it up while it's still in your goddamn silo and fucking that nuclear egg will be on your fucking face. How you like that, Russia? You think I ain't got it? Try me, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I'll annex fucking Canada. I don't give a shit. That shit'll be ours. Mexico, too. I'll fucking annex Mexico and I'll make a deal with the cartels. I'll fucking put them in legitimate drug business. Fucking licensed and regulated and all that shit. Just stop killing people. Stop doing violence against one another. You guys are fucking corporate entities now. Anybody who can't get with the program, you got fucking like a year to clean house. You know? If there's anybody in there that just fucking don't want to play ball, make sure their ass is dead. After that, no more violence. You guys can become legitimate drug sellers. You're legitimate businessmen now. Bam. Then we got Mexico. Fucking flood all those Mexican immigrants. They won't even be immigrants. They'll just be part of America. Bam. Piss off the rednecks. That's just a bonus. We open the borders. Fuck yeah, I mean, like, what fucking better way to open the borders than to annex that shit? There is no border anymore. It's mine now. Well, it's America's now. But whatever. I'm just gonna let you guys know, like, if you elect me president, I am going to fucking, try to take over as king. Like, I will be the last. If I'm not the last president, I'm gonna try my damnedest to be. I'm putting it up front. If you elect me, I'm going to try to take over. I'm not even going to fucking front about it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do any subterfuge. Like, it's going to be the beginning of the end for the current paradigm, all right? Digging this Def Poetry Jam. Speak, King. Thanks. She's going to get assassinated by Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance they'll fucking kill me. I'm hoping that they won't take me seriously until it's too late. Sup, TJ, I brought some extra cash to ask, which of my songs do you like the best? I don't really remember any of your songs, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not like something I go out of my way to listen to. I like them when I hear them. They're very reminiscent of Slipknot, which I think is cool. But I can't think of, like, the titles of any. I'm not trying to be insulting or anything. I just haven't really gone out of my way to like listen to a whole fucking shit ton of your jams and shit. But you know, maybe I should change that because I have liked everything I've heard. Getting assassinated by the CIA. I mean, I'm hoping that like I can maybe come to some kind of understanding with the CIA. Because, like, there'd be plenty for them to do in my new world. I just don't know if their agenda and mine will line up. I'll have to have some meetings and see. Because, I mean, like, I have use of a fucking covert espionage fucking meddle with shit agency. Like, I'd have plenty of use for those fuckers. This is, like, a matter of would they want to dance to my tune or not? I mean, I think that, you know, I might be able to get along with the CIA better than you think I could. They'd still have plenty of fucking power to grab for and shit. It'd just be with a new paradigm. You know, because I don't think the idea of having like an agency of spooks to go and fucking work your will around the world is necessarily a fucking bad idea. I just don't like the way it's been used in the country it's been utilized for and the politics it's been utilized for. So if they were willing to play the same game but for a fucking different master, then hey, you know, maybe we wouldn't have some. Maybe we got some more in common than you think. It's, you know, figure it out. TJ, the CIA would love you. You talk about imperialism on a whole new scale. Why would they dislike you? Exactly, right? Like I'm talking about annexing countries and shit. So like, that's right up their fucking alley. I'd be a fucking godsend for the goddamn CIA. They'd love my ass. So I don't know. They wouldn't assassinate me. If anything, they'd be fucking protecting my ass. I mean, hell, if there's a CIA operative listening to this right now, I'm your fucking man. I'll fucking get you. I'll get you some goddamn countries, my man. I'll unleash the beast. But the politics of those countries has got to be my politics. That's the fucking condition. You know, you guys help me take them over. I'll run the fucking things. Everybody wins. Do you think you could ever become a Buddhist? No. I'm too much of an attachment-oriented being. I, for one, welcome our new TJ Overlord. I mean, I'm not really going to do too much lording over you is the thing. Like, my primary concern is, like, ensuring your personal freedom to do what you want to fucking do. Just as long as you don't do it at the expense of others. Once again, the central tenet of my philosophy is self-ownership. CIA would have to protect you from Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, though. I mean, those companies wouldn't exist for long. I mean, I'd do whatever I could to diminish their power, regulate them out of existence. You know, turn their allies against them. I would never trust anyone with such a role of power, and yet here I am trusting TJ with it. No regrets. Dude, maybe that should be my campaign slogan. Vote for TJ. No regrets. I'm going to make whoever actually has that tattoo the fucking secretary of not giving a fuck. Not being sarcastic, by the way, lol. I didn't think you were. No regrets. Will you spank us if we get out of line? I mean, if you want that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff will just fall under the CIA banner. We don't need a bazillion and one fucking agencies. I'll let the Central Intelligence Agency handle all that shit up. And then, you know, they can have a liaison to me that comes and gives me a daily briefing about, like, what the fuck is going on in terms I can fucking understand. And then I'll fucking nod my head and be like, yep, good. TJ, I'm white. Oh my God. Get out of this, chat. We don't do white here. No whites allowed. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call myself benevolent. I think that's going a little too far with it. But, you know, I wouldn't really say I'm malevolent either. I'm just trying to change the paradigm to something that makes more sense to me. And if it makes more sense to you too, then go ahead and fucking support me. I'm not trying to put all these adjectives on myself about how benevolent and great and shit I am. I'm just letting you know what the fuck I think and what the fuck I would do with power. And if it fucking sounds good to you, then you go ahead and fucking support me. If it doesn't, go ahead and oppose me. That seems fair, right? So you're chaotic neutral? Yeah, I would say that's probably my best. If you're gonna give me a D&D alignment, that's probably the one, for sure. Hey, human. It's First Lady Chelsea. How you doing? No? What's wrong? Your back hurt? I'm sorry. You want to hit that? Here you go. Chelsea's back's hurting. Send her love. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Praise be to Chelsea. May her back be cured. Hey, Chelsea. Do you think, as a leftist, the James Bond movies could be viewed as problematic since they were super jingoistic? I mean, this is once again a piece of media that I can separate the messaging from the quality of the entertainment. I mean, like, yeah, they're jingoistic and shit, and, you know, there are probably other problematic elements to them, but I like them. Fuck it, who gives a shit? It's a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, just like, maybe we just need a disclaimer in front of every fucking movie. Be like, don't take this shit too serious. It's a fucking movie. Hey, it's just a movie. In case you decided, like, this is real life. It's not. It's a fucking movie. This didn't really happen. It's a movie. It's a fucking depiction of someone's fantasy, all right? Come on. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I definitely think, I don't know if I would make procreation like need licensing, but I definitely would stop pushing the shit. There'd be no more tax credits and shit like that. Like, stop. We got enough. There's enough fucking humans, all right? I mean, Timothy Dalton's an underrated James Bond for sure. You got a question? What's your question, baby? Would I let people homeschool still? Maybe supplementally. I think there'd have to be some fucking attendance of compulsory classes. Maybe just to like make sure like everyone's like at the level they're supposed to be, and like have assessments and stuff to make sure that if someone is homeschooling, they're not like filling their kid's head with hogwash. You know? But yeah, I'd have to think about it more, I guess. There had to be some kind of fucking oversight of homeschooling, even if there was to be that. I'm not just going to let someone fucking be like, yeah, I taught my kid the earth's flat, the vaccine's a lie, you know, all that shit. Nah, you ain't getting away with that shit. Will you make abortion legal, free, and easily available? Yep. I mean, you got to remember the office of president only has certain powers. But yeah, I mean, like, to the best of my ability, these are the things I would pursue. I can't make promises I'd accomplish this shit. I still have to work within the framework of a broken fucking system that's gonna fucking fight me every step of the way. I taught my kid how to be an incel and write manifestos. I mean, you know. Fill kids' heads with ICP. Yeah. I mean, at least the fucking Joker's cards, right? I mean, like, have a class on, like... I mean, why shouldn't that be taught in, like, a music or media literacy class? You know what I mean? Teach them a little bit of ICP. It's like, that's not, I mean, they're not huge sellers and shit, but like, obviously there's been like a lasting impact of Juggalos. It's a legitimate fucking subset of citizens of this country. So yeah, you should understand it a little bit. I mean, at least devote a day. Today we're going to learn about the musical and lyrical contributions of the performance artists, the Insane Clown Posse. Why not? Why shouldn't that be fucking taught in school? That kind of paradigm shift is impossible now. No, it's not. That's what a paradigm shift is. A paradigm shift is when my paradigm shifts. Lots of paradigm shifts have happened, okay? We're not living in fucking, you know, feudal Europe anymore. Because there was paradigm shifts since then. I think you should be taught above magnetism. I mean, knowing who ICP is probably be more valuable to the average person than knowing how fucking magnets work. Let's be real. But, you know, hey, yeah, you should be taught how magnets work too. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I mean, how useful is it really to the average person to know? Yeah, Violent J, motherfucker. Why do you hate us big D guys? I don't know why what do you got this weird chip on your shoulder about this shit? I just hate when you guys complain about having a big dick. Cause it's such a fucking cry me a fucking river on that shit. My dick's too big. Shut up. Like, come on. I'm not like, whose fucking sympathy are you looking for? Who honestly is gonna hear that shit, clap a hand on your shoulder, and be like, oh, you poor big dick bastard. People don't know how bad you got it. It's like, shut up on that. No one feels bad. Like, there's literally nothing that's ever gonna garner less sympathy than like big dick problems, okay? Like, suck it up. Yeah, it's like, oh man, my bank account's all fucking flooded up with this damn money. Oh. Ugh, this ice cream is too delicious. It's like, shut the fuck you, man. Come on. Like, no one's sympathizing with that shit, all right, bro? That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't mind. You got a big dick. As far as I'm concerned, great for you. Wonderful. But I don't, you want a big dick and my sympathy for having a big dick? You ain't gonna get it. I'm blessed with a big dick, but I'm humble about it. Good for you. My house is too big. I get winded from going in my bedroom, my kitchen. His dick ain't that big. Tell him to shut up. A size queen. Damn. Brutal. In all honesty, big ones hurt like a lot, at least for me. There you go. I mean, hey, I'm glad that the big dicks aren't for everybody. Do I have your sympathy for being a trans femme with a big dick? No. Do you have my sympathy for being like the ultimate form of human being? No. Fuck you. Hey, I'm the pinnacle of human perfection. You feel bad for me? No. Get out of here. I get vinegar from my kitchen, but it's not because my house is big. It's because I'm fat and out of shape. I got that Goldilocks dick zone. Okay. Good for you. I just don't care about the size as long as it doesn't make me come. I mean, that makes sense from a pragmatic perspective. Just like there are all different sizes, there are all different tastes, as I have shown against the one whom said too big is too much. I'm sorry, but I don't know if I understood that comment. I wonder if some girls feel the same way when busty chicks talk about how much having big boobs sucks a lot of the time. I mean, having big boobs at least does have like a legitimate downside of creating back problems and stuff. So, like, there's a little bit more to it. Having a big dick don't give you no fucking, oh man, it's so hard because, you know, I don't know, it doesn't cause any problems really. If it does, they're so meager that it's hard to, I mean, it's like impossible to feel sympathy. I see TJ live. I come to tithe. Love you, man. I hope you're okay. Or hope you're well. Sorry. I don't know why I said okay. You know, I didn't used to believe in growers. I thought that was all bullshit. But then I went to some subreddit that was like for growers and shit. And I saw there are some pretty legit fucking growers out there. There's some dudes that'll go from like, hey, it's my little tiny, insignificant fucking dick right there. Big, tiny dick right there. And they get an erection and it's like, shit. Where are you hiding all that dick meat? Fuck was that? I feel like I didn't think growers existed because there's a lot of dudes out there that are just like coping. Oh, I'm a grower, not a shower. You ain't either one. You just got a small dick, bro. Sorry, bro. Everybody grows a little, but you don't grow enough to call yourself a grower, quote unquote. I dated a guy with a micro penis that was a respectable 5 inches hard. If he has a 5-inch hard dick, he does not have a micro penis. Micro penis is literally defined, I believe, as someone who has an erect length of no more than like 2.5 inches. Let me make sure I'm right on that. All right, so abnormally small penis. What is a micropenis? Healthline? Micropenis is a medical term for a penis usually diagnosed at birth that is well under the normal size range for an infant. Assuming there are no other health concerns, a micropenis functions the same as a normal healthy penis. The ability to urinate and become erect shouldn't be affected. A micropenis is sometimes associated with lower sperm count, however, so fertility may be reduced. To make a diagnosis, the doctor may order a blood test or check hormones. Can you just check the fucking size? All right. In an adult, the average stretch penile length is about 13.24 centimeters. An adult micropenis is a stretch penile length of 9.32 centimeters or 3.67 inches or less. The proper way to measure for a micropenis is to gently stretch it and measure the length from the tip to the base closest to the body. So it's not necessarily erect length, but it's stretched length. Which I would imagine your stretched length is going to be pretty close for your... So I guess you could technically, though, have a micropenis. If you grow enough during an erection, you could go from a micropenis to like a pretty normal-sized dick. But I've seen ones where the dude is literally like this. And then it's fucking like 7-8 inches. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What did you do with all the dick? Where is it? Where is it hiding normally? Gently stretched. Yeah, if you got a 5-inch fucking dick when you're erect, that's not a huge dick. It's a little bit below average, but that ain't a micro dick. Like, in my opinion. Yeah, like if you're chubby, dick will... I mean, like, my dick is smaller now because I gained weight. I mean, it's not actually smaller, but like more of it's hidden by fat now. So I could probably add like an inch or maybe even like an inch and a half just by losing some weight. Which hopefully one of these days I'll be able to actually pull off. Yeah, I don't know. These dudes that can go from like an inch soft to 8 inches hard. It's just like, what? Huh? Fuck is going on there, man? Five is serviceable. Had my first party of 3. Have my slave wages. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. I mean, one thing you can always remember if you're a dude with a small dick is like lesbians exist, right? Lesbians, like cis lesbians exist. There are women that sleep with other women where no penises are involved and they still manage to get off. So don't worry about it too much. But, you know, at the same time, be realistic. You know, don't fucking kid yourself that like a small dick isn't some kind of disadvantage, because it definitely can be. But it's not the end of the world. Get good with your fingers, get good with your tongue, whatever the fuck else. Or find a girl that fucking just has a small pussy, because just like dick sizes are all over the place, pussy sizes are all over the place. Get yourself a girl with a fucking pussy that accommodates your fucking size dick. Now, odds are, though, whoever you fucking fall for in life, you're probably, you might get lucky and just have fucking complementary genitalia sizes, but, are you really going to base your relationship on that? So it could be the case that you got a fucking small dick, she got a huge fucking pussy. And you're going to have to get creative. You have to involve some other shit. Get some big-ass toys or whatever the fuck. There's solutions. And remember that fucking you don't need a big dick to stimulate the clitoris, right? So, bam. God, if you have a micro penis, sleep with a lesbian. Exactly what I was saying, yes. Girls with small vaginas like oversized penises. I mean, maybe some do. But I'm pretty sure for some that's like massively uncomfortable, which is the main complaint that guys with big dicks have. Like if you ever listen to dudes with big dicks whining about their problems, it's usually like, this girl doesn't want to fuck me because it's too uncomfortable for her. Just because you've seen a bunch of porns where there's like these little tiny chicks that love nothing more than hopping on a giant dick and going, wah! Results not typical. Those are like the sex equivalent of world-class athletes, all right? You should be a motivational speaker. I am. What am I doing here? Come on. Hashtag sex ed with TJ. Yep. I guess so. Well, anyway. I've had fun talking to you guys. But I think it's been about 3 hours. Yep, sure has. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably enough streaming for today because I know I got a big old stream to do tomorrow. So you guys, I hope you're all feeling well. Hope you're all doing good. Thank you everyone who chatted with me. Thank you everyone who donated. Love you all. TJ for President 2024. Peace.